Hello everyone. Today I am going to start module 5. Second bit I will start psychrometry. So definition of psychrometry we can see. Psychrometry is the branch of science which deals with the study of mixture of dry air and water vapor. So psychrometry basically it is a study of mixture of dry air and water vapor. So when we mix water vapor with the dry air, uh, that is called as humidity. So based on that property, we are going to work for uh, formation of air conditioning systems, cooling towers, and other any related applications. The calculation of air conditioning load, heat transmission through structure, cooling towers, etc. are based on this concept. The atmospheric air is a mixture of several gases including dissolved N2, O2, H2, CO2, water vapor, and traces of other gases. But in the air conditioning system, air is considered to be a mixture of dry air and water vapor. So we are going to neglect all these things. So in the VTA exam, basically initially he will ask the important terms like define dry air, wet air, dry bulb temperature, wet bulb temperature, so because these terms are very important from the psychrometry point of view. So based uh, but N2 and O2 are the major portions. So this pure air is what? Mixture of number of gases such as nitrogen, hydrogen without any, that is water vapor, or it is called as moisture. So without moisture, if the air is present, it is called as dry air. Next we will see moist air, the mixture of dry air and water vapor. Very simple things are there. Mixture of dry air and water vapor, the quantity of water vapor present in the air depends on the temperature and pressure of the air. So if there is some moisture present in that air, then that air is called as moisture. If water vapor or the moisture present in that air is zero, then it is called as dry air. What is saturated air? What do you mean by first saturated? Something settles at certain point, that is called as saturation. So saturated air also similarly, moist air is said to be saturated when it contains maximum quantity of water vapor. So how much maximum water vapor can be stored in that air, that air is called as saturated air. Such air will be invisible. If more water is added to this air, the air becomes foggy. Means fogs we are seeing in the winter days. So when we are riding a bike, we are in the daytime also we are keeping the headlight on because of that fog, so that we can see the things and other person should identify us that we are also riding the vehicle. So unsaturated air, the moist air which is not saturated is known as unsaturated. Means still that air can hold some amount of moisture in that. So that is called as unsaturated air. From this, these are very important, and so many times they have asked what is defined specific humidity and other absolute humidity or relative humidity and other things. It is defined as mass of water vapor present in the unit mass of dry air. Mass of water vapor. Suppose if I have 1 kg of wet air, then in that how much mass of water vapor is present in and how much mass of dry air ratio, if I take that is called as specific humidity. See here, mass of vapor and mass of air. So mass of vapor to the mass of air is called as specific humidity, and it is noted as W. Absolute humidity, it is the mass of water vapor present in the unit volume of air, it is denoted as rho v. Means density is what it is also called as vapor density. This also it is being asked in the examination. So vapor density is where density is equal to mass by volume. But what is which mass and which volume? Mass of vapor and volume of air. If you consider this, this is called as density of vapor or vapor density. Next, degree of saturation. It is defined as a ratio of actual specific humidity. Already we have seen what is specific humidity. So what is degree of saturation? Again, it is a ratio of actual specific humidity of air to the specific humidity of saturated air. So saturated air is which one? Air which can hold a maximum amount of moisture. This is normal air, where we have not seen whether it is saturated or not. So actual specific humidity of air to the specific humidity of saturated air at same temperature and pressure. These conditions you must note down. These two are very important. If you write the answer, but at which condition this situation happens, if you don't write, then answer will become wrong. So it is denoted by mu and it is W by Ws. Relative humidity, it is asked so many times in the examination, you can refer the question papers again. So relative humidity is defined as ratio of actual mass of water to the water vapor in a given volume of moist air to the volume mass of the water vapor in the same volume of saturated air at the same temperature and pressure. It is denoted by phi. Usually this relative humidity is given in the percentages like 60%, 70%. So based on that we should identify that is the relative humidity. Relative humidity is what again? Once again, ratio of actual mass of water vapor divided by mass of water vapor in the saturated air. So this is the relative humidity. Next, so these are the some temperatures, very important from exam point of view. Again, he will ask 5 definitions for 10 marks. So he may ask in the question paper, I have seen specific humidity, relative humidity, dry bulb temperature, dew point temperature, and so some saturated air and other things. The the temperature recorded by a thermometer when it is not affected by moisture present in the air is called as dry bulb temperature. It is denoted by TD. Right. So what is normally, if you hold that thermometer in the air and whatever temperature it measures, it is called as dry bulb temperature. So what is wet bulb temperature here? So wet bulb temperature, what you need to do is, whatever that mercury is present at the bottom of thermometer, you need to cover that mercury with a wet cloth or a wet cotton which is exposed to, and that wet cloth, when in the first case you have measured with the direct air. Now what you should do, you should cover that mercury with the mercury bulb with wet cloth or a wet cotton. Then that is exposed to the moving air with a velocity of 270 meters per minute is known as wet bulb temperature. So measuring the temperature with covering that mercury bulb with a wet cloth, it is called as wet bulb temperature. Dew point temperature. So you have seen Mountain Dew, that which one? Cold drinks. So what is that? Now I'll give one example. Suppose if you take out a water bottle from a refrigerator, what will happen immediately? The water particles around that bottle will start happening. They will start occurring on the bottle outside. From where that water particles are coming? Are they coming from the inside of the bottle? No. Whatever the temperature of the bottle is very low, that will catch the water particles from the air which are present, and they will condense it and they will form on that surface. It is the temperature of air recorded by the thermometer when a moisture present in the air begins to condense. This is the example, and already you have experienced it so many times. Whenever you have gone for cold drinks, so cold drinks, whenever you remove that cold drinks from bottle from a fridge, suddenly you will see that is covered by a moisture. Where that moisture is coming? From the air. Due to this temperature, very low temperature, that air which contains that moisture will start to condense and form. They will form in the form of water particles. In other words, it is saturation temperature corresponding to partial pressure of water vapor. It is denoted as TDP. Right. So these are very important from the exam point of view. So now, here one graphically TS diagram is given. So TDP is here, this T1 is actual pressure. So due to this temperature is going to reduce, and this temperature is TDP. This here wet bulb depression. So the difference between wet bulb temperature and dry bulb temperature is known as wet bulb depression. Very simple. That is wet bulb temperature WBT minus DBT. So WBT is what? Wet bulb temperature. DBT is dry bulb temperature. It is usually we are expressing as WBT, DPT and DPD, DPT and DBT, DBT, WBT and DPT, dew point temperature. So dew point depression is what? Difference between temperature difference between DBT and DPT is known as dew point depression. So these things you need to, if they are asking in the exam, you need to write this one what definition, and also you can write for his understanding what you can write. So this is equal to WBT minus DBT. So this, like this you can write. Here also you can write like this only, right? So thank you. This is basic information about the psychrometry and important terminologies. So thank you. Watch the video and prepare for your annual exam.